What is going on, guys? This is Mando with M Traders. I'm going to be talking about natural gas. Natural gas had an amazing run today, this morning. Unfortunately, I was sleeping and I could not take advantage of this huge move. It was about a 6% move, which equals, actually a little bit more than that. If you bought in at, the end of, which ones this is for July, which you couldn't, of course, right? But if you were to buy somewhere in this area right over here, you probably were looking at a 7% run up on natural gas futures, which it translates about 18 to 24%, no, 18 to like 22%, somewhere around that area on profits in UGAZ if you were in UGAZ. Now, I was not able to take advantage of this, but I was able to take advantage of some of these runs. DGAZ kind of stopped me up here on this area. I was trying to buy because obviously it was oversold, and I saw my RSI, my SMI, and I mean overbought. I saw my SMI curling, and I saw my stochastic also curling. So I tried to jump in there, but I couldn't. So I got stop loss, waited. I bought some over here, sold, and I tried to do it again, buying some UGAZ at this stage because it seemed like a pretty good support level. We saw that it got rejected as soon as it touched the 2.398. It got rejected, and it was right in this. I believe this is my PWAP, if I'm not mistaken. It's a custom script, so I just do not know exactly the name of it. I think it's a middle PWAP, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I call it the Pretty Clouds Mechanical System. So the Pretty Clouds Mechanical System just gives you an idea of how the trend is going. If it goes above this green yellowish cloud, that means that the uptrend is still going to continue, and you saw it right in it all above it. Now we saw this rejection at 2.445 because it's also quite a bit of a good resistance, and we saw it dipped. I bought UGAZ, held, still holding, bounced back. I sold right here. It came back down, it came back up, and I was right in DGAZ. However, I had a very tight stop loss, and I was able to take advantage of this big drop, which it was about 1.76, so about close to 5% profit on DGAZ. So I wasn't able to take advantage of that. Very busy morning, very busy day. However, I'm pretty excited about what's to come. All right, so I was also swinging about 800 shares, 1,000 shares of UGAZ. Decided to cut it down to about 400 shares of UGAZ, and swinging over the weekend, just in case we do have that technical pullback on the 4-hour, because we are overbought, right? And anytime we're overbought on the 4 hours, it usually drops like a rock. So I'll give an example right here. So we see on the 4-hour it got overbought. I always get those two mistaken. Overbought, came crashing down. However, we saw that there wasn't enough bullish weather to sustain these levels. And the same thing with when it's oversold. Now this one is oversold, right? We saw these levels being oversold. It actually traveled in oversold territory the entire time. That might be happening for UGAZ because of the weather models. They can start turning a little bit more bullish. So I decided to cut it again to 400 shares of UGAZ. Weather models are bullish. So consumption-wise, the ACMWF, which is one of the European weather models, 12Z assemble, is slightly more bullish versus today's 100-hour results. Projected total day degrees are 1.3% above last year level and 16.4% above the norm. Projected TDDs, or otherwise known as total day degrees, is 0.12 versus 12 hours ago and 0.21 more versus 24 hours ago. And when I say 0.2, 0.1, it's actually consumption-wise by billion cubic feet. I wish I could post some of these pictures, but I can't. However, I'll be explaining the fundamentals to you guys. So if the current weather models on the ECMWF sustaining the way it is supposed to be sustaining, we are most likely to see push up to 2.5. There were a lot of traders, a lot of I want to say professional traders, but more like very experienced advanced traders that all they do is trade UGAZ DGAZ, and they actually did not took any profits today. They are still holding, and they bought in on the previous by, I believe it was Wednesday. So that means that it might be still continue with the uptrend, and we're gonna try to hit 2.5, which 2.5 is the 3-year low. So we're gonna try to hit this, even maybe 2.545, because that's the next good support / resistance right over here. So we might want to hit this, but in order to hit this area, we really need some more bullish weather, and it's coming. I mean, it's still, any pullback is still likely. Again, we saw the 4 hours, it started trending upwards, and it's about to come down. The RSI, the SMI, and stochastic is pointing downward, so you just got to be careful with that. Now, if it consolidates throughout the weekend all the way to Monday, then that's good news. So hopefully it does. Oh, look how pretty. It actually stayed around this level. It got rejected again. It got rejected. It's holding above. It got rejected. It was holding against it. It couldn't break it, and then it finally broke it, and it kept pushing upwards. Now, that being said, I am, again, long story short, I am swinging 400 shares of UGAZ. I still am bullish on natural gas, and I think it's going to be able to hit the 2.5 level. I don't know if you guys remember the last video that I made. I said that right now the bulls were a bunch of cage-hungry dogs ready to buy anything, as long as the weather models turn bullish. And yeah, you know, it's actually exactly what happened. It turned out so bullish, or it wasn't even so bullish, but it was somewhat bullish, that gave them an excuse to just go crazy and buy UGAZ. And that's why we had this amazing run up, because we are in a 10-year lows according to the season, right? So according to this season, this is the lowest it's been for 10 years. So, and it's the lowest it has been for 3 years when it comes to overall just yearly price. It's the lowest it has been, and we're still below the lowest of the year. So we're still averaging about between 2.27. I want to say 2.3, 2.4 is the range. We broke that range, and I think we're going to be between 2.4 and 2.5 now. So, that being said, hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Happy 4th of July, and enjoy the rest of the next week. See ya.